I can't talk about it. I'm sorry, I cannot talk about it.
Sir,
I'd like to talk about
sir,
it. I'd love to talk
can you
about it,
tell
but I
us
can't.
why you drive a Rabbit diesel?
Sure, because the government says it gets the highest mileage in America.
Hey, that is good.
Well, it's more than that. Diesel fuel also costs less than gasoline.
Oh?
Yeah, and the Rabbit diesel never needs a conventional tune-up.
Is that for the record?
Why not?
Amazing. It sounds like a miracle.
No, sounds like a Volkswagen.
Volkswagen does it.
The This is my 1979 Volkswagen Rabbit. I want to kind of tell you guys a little story about it. I've been after, not this specific car. This isn't like a story about me hunting down like my old neighbor that had one. But I've been after something like this. Not this car particularly, but something similar to this. Pretty much one of the best things I could possibly find. And I consistently searched Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, and I'd even go like as far as putting in every city on Craigslist in the United States to try to find something like this, because I was willing to fly out to California or to fly out to Texas or fly out to wherever to buy a car and then drive it home, because I wanted something. I was pretty picky about it. I wanted something that wasn't rusty, something that didn't have a lot of miles, something that had some history behind it and didn't have like 15 owners. So I am legally the second owner of this car. I didn't directly buy it off the original owner. Actually, my friend Casey had found this car, and I'll tell you the story that he told me. I guess he was at Mark II May Day, which is in New Jersey, and I think, yeah, he was in his Jetta, and he stopped to get gas, and this older gentleman came out and said, wow, like, look at that Volkswagen. And my friend's like, yeah, this is my, Volkswagen. And he's like, I used to have one of those. It's actually a Rabbit, and I still have it. And that's when Casey was like, okay, you live around here? And I guess the guy lived like within close proximity of the gas station. Casey went, and I'm pretty sure he picked it up that day or maybe a few days later. But I'll throw up some pictures right here of what the car looked like the day that it was found. And as you guys can see, I mean, it's amazing, but it's rough. It's sat in a garage since 1986. The guy had parked it, and I still have the original inspection sticker that was on the windshield. And that's absolutely crazy. I think the guy had an issue with the brakes or something like that. He parked it, and it literally sat there since 1986. It didn't move. Casey had even offered me the original tires when I bought the car. So that in itself is crazy. And going back to when I bought the car, I went up there on a Saturday, and, well, a little backstory. I found out about the car after Mark I Madness, because it's like my favorite show to go to. My Rabbit was toast. I mean, the thing was cut in half, as you guys can see right here. The car was cut in half. It's being turned into a trailer, but basically after that happened, I was like, you know what? I need something nice, actually. I finally need something nice, something that I really, really want. And I posted in a Mark I group and burned all the Mark I's saying, does anybody have a clean, early Rabbit, preferably diesel, low mileage for sale? And Casey had posted a picture of that saying, I'll have this up for sale here soon. So since that day, and I literally remember exactly what day it was like July 17th or 18th or whatever that weekend was. It was the Sunday, right directly after I got home from Madness, or Saturday or something like that. So as soon as I saw the picture of that car, and initially what I envisioned when I thought of my dream Rabbit was, it kind of changed. Originally, I wanted a two-door. But after he had posted that picture, and I had tons of other people comment as well, a couple Swallowtails and like really nice cars that like I really thought I wanted until I saw this. There was something about it. I just pictured having a nice four-door cruiser and just driving it around and enjoying it with the friends, taking it down to shows and being able to pile everybody in it comfortably. And it's just really, after I went through all the comments of all these amazing cars people were posting, that one stood out the most. So since that day, I was after it. I was consistently messaging Casey just because wasn't trying to be annoying, but I needed the car. I absolutely needed the car. So I went up and looked at it on a Saturday, and unfortunately, so he replaced the windshield seal, and when the window installers were putting the windshield back in, they cracked it. So I was like, you know what, whatever. He called me. We put it back a week. He's like, they're coming back. I'll let you know. And the next Saturday, I had it set to go up there and look at the car and bring it home in the same day. But the Friday before that, the day before, he messaged me, and then unfortunately they cracked the windshield again. So I was like, you know what, I'm still coming up. I'm at least going to look at the car. And I even was going to buy it and bring it home. I didn't really care. I didn't really care too much about like the windshield being OEM or anything like that. It is what it is. It's a windshield. It's not the biggest deal. If it bothers me that much, I could always get another one. But I just wanted the car. I wanted to secure the car. I just wanted it. So I went up there, looked at it, decided I wanted the car, paid him half, told him when the windshield's done, I'll come get it. And about a week and a half later, the windshield was done. And I went up there the next day after, picked it up, and brought it home. And it's been almost a week. We're coming up on a week here. and I've been driving the car a lot. I've put a few miles on it. It's about to clock over at 45,000. I think I bought it at like 44,700, so put like 200 miles on it, roughly. Been driving around as much as possible, and the car is not absolutely perfect. There's a small little leak in the radiator, and the valve cover is leaking slightly. But other than that, for the most part, everything is as good as it could be. I know Casey put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this car, into making it what it is, after sitting for, you know, decades. Casey gave me a book full of receipts and things that he did. Couldn't have worked out better, honestly, because I just really appreciated the fact that he was trying so hard to make the car perfect. And when he decided to sell it, he wanted to sell it perfectly. I mean, it has a new headliner, which is awesome because the old one smelt really, really bad. The interior is all original. The radio's there. And it's just a fun car to drive. I really, really enjoy it. And finally, like, it still doesn't feel real. Like, I walk out of my house, there it is sitting, and I'm like, there's no way that that's my car. Like, there's just no way. So the original owner, talking a little bit about that, the original owner documented every fill-up from 45 miles all the way up to 38,000. He would write down on these pieces of paper that you can see here what the odometer was at, how many miles per gallon I was getting, how much it costs, and the date, which is absolutely insane that stuff was still in the glove box and still there. The original owner's manual is still in there, and actually I had the original title, which unfortunately is gone now because I had to transfer it into my name, but I did photocopy it because it was just absolutely insane. I mean, the title was like the size of a check, and it was just really cool to see that it shows the mileage when he bought it. He bought it with 6 miles, and he drove it up until 38,000, whatever issue he ended up having. But he documented oil changes, fuel filter, any repairs that he had on the car, he wrote down in this little paper, 3 sheets of paper. So I'm actually going to continue that, and I'm going to write everything down from the day I filled it up and everything like that. I actually already started taking pictures so I can start writing it out, and I just think it'll be cool to follow up with that. And if I ever do go to sell the car, I want to have documentation, just because if I ever sell the car, whoever buys it, I want them to have the same, you know, feeling I got when I bought the car, because I just knew that it was taken care of. I knew the guy cared about the car. And it's just cool to imagine back in '79, like, somebody buying this thing new and just driving it and then parking it, and it just never being remembered about until 2019, like 40 years later after the car was made. It was discovered again, and here I am with it. And I drive it all over the place, and it runs really, really well. It's super comfortable, and I'm just absolutely in love with the car. But yeah, anyway, I just really wanted to show you guys this car and kind of explain it, and explain kind of how I feel about the car, really. And I'm just really thankful that I decided to post in there. I saved my pennies. I was waiting for the right car after being through 2 other rabbits, pretty much 3, and then finally landing on something like this that I can just get in and go. It's all OEM besides the front lip, which I actually really like. But it's just a really surreal feeling. It doesn't feel real, like I said. I just can't. Every time I look at this car, I'm like, there's no way. Like, I finally felt like, after all the things I was chasing, through all like the cars and just searching for hours, days, weeks, months, and then finally landing on something that was a little struggle to get with the whole windshield issue. And it was like, you know, come on, is this the right car? And then finally, after going to see the car, after seeing it, I couldn't not get the car. And I mean, it runs really well. Like I said, the valve cover's leaking a little bit, but I intend on getting all that stuff tidied up before H2O. I'll be down there, and I'm just going to enjoy the car. And I think, as far as my intentions go, because I'm sure some people will comment about it, I intend on leaving it stock. I'm probably going to lower it because of that monster truck height, but I'm not going to slam it. I'm going to leave it on the wheels. I'm going to just leave the car alone, enjoy the car, and then we'll see what happens a few years down the road. But as of now, I'm leaving it as is, and I'm driving it. This thing's not sitting in my garage. I mean, it will over winter, but I'm driving it a lot. If I'm not driving it to work, just because it's far and the roads are absolute crap, I drive it everywhere. I drive it to my girlfriend's house, I drive it to David's house, I drive it to all my friends' house. Enjoy the car, go out to get ice cream, go watch a movie. I love it. And everybody that like sees it and comes in contact with it absolutely just like really admires the car. And even when I'm driving down the highway, I'll have these like older people like give me thumbs up, or maybe they had one, or somebody's grandparents had one. That's why I think these cars are so cool. They were such a relatable car, and I'm really, really happy with it. I will bring you guys some more videos, but as of now, this is pretty much the main video I wanted to make. I tried to keep quiet about it. Like I said, I've had it for like a week, but if you follow me on Instagram, I've posted a couple of things on my story, kind of as like a teaser, and I finally decided to sit down and make this video. I wanted this video to be done right. I wanted to enjoy the car. I didn't want to like buy the car and make a video right there the same day. I wanted to get to know the car before talking about it, and just appreciate the car before like shoving a camera down its throat and just using it for, you know, content, because that's not why I got this car. It's never why I buy a car. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, or you guys live local to Hershey and you want to see the car, or you're at a local show, hit me up. I always love meeting new Mark I friends, and I plan on having a lot more content on this car and a lot more videos. But to see more of the car, just follow me on Instagram and stay up to date with the YouTube channel. Just subscribe if you're new. And thank you guys for watching and hearing the story of this little 79 Bunny.